Every town has that house. The one no one trick-or-treats at. The one parents use to scare their kids into behaving. In the sleepy village of Maple Hollow, that house was number 47 on Wraith Lane. It had been empty for 23 years. Some said it was cursed. Others said the last family simply vanished. Whatever the truth, on Halloween night, the house seemed to breathe. Faint lights flickered behind cracked windows, and whispers drifted down the overgrown garden path. No one ever went near it. Until this year, a group of teenagers, Sarah, Mark, Daisy, and Tom, had made a bet, 50 quid each to whoever could spend an hour inside the old Holloway house. "It's just a house," Sarah said, zipping her coat. "What's the worst that could happen?" Tom laughed nervously. Famous last words. They met at sunset. The air cold enough to make their breath mist. Pumpkins glowed on doorsteps up and down the street, but the further they walked toward Wraith Lane, the darker it got. By the time they reached number 47, even the street lights had stopped working. The gate hung off one hinge, squealing as they pushed through. The garden was wild. Weeds as tall as their knees, a broken swing creaking in the wind. Mark lifted his torch. "So, we all going together, yeah?" Sarah smirked. "Afraid of ghosts?" He grinned back. "Afraid of wasting 50 quid, more like." The front door opened easily, too easily. The hinges groaned, echoing through the hollow house. The air inside was thick with dust and the smell of rot. Wallpaper peeled like shedding skin, and every step made the floorboard sigh. Daisy shivered. "It's freezing." "Old houses trap cold," Mark said, though his voice wavered. They split up, stupid in hindsight. Sarah went upstairs, Daisy and Mark explored the kitchen, and Tom stayed in the living room, filming everything on his phone for proof. Sarah climbed the staircase, each step creaking under her weight. Cobwebs brushed her face. At the top, a long hallway stretched before her. Doors on either side, all slightly open. She peeked into the first room. A child's bedroom, untouched. Toys still scattered on the floor. A tiny bed draped in mold-eaten sheets. The air was thick, heavy. She could hear faint music. A lullaby, playing from nowhere. Sarah stepped closer to the bed. A small doll sat upright on the pillow. Its glass eyes gleamed in the dim light. She frowned. Creepy thing. As she turned to leave, the doll's head tilted, just slightly. Downstairs, Daisy and Mark were in the kitchen. "Smells like something died in here," Daisy muttered, holding her sleeve over her mouth. Mark opened a cupboard. Empty. The fridge empty. Then he noticed something carved into the wall beside the sink. A series of scratches, deep and jagged, like someone had clawed their way through plaster. He ran his fingers over grooves. "Looks like letters." Daisy squinted. "What does it say?" He leaned closer. The words became clear under his torchlight. "Don't look at them." Before either could speak, something clattered behind them, a chair falling over on its own. They spun around. The kitchen was empty. "Tom," Daisy called. No answer. In the living room, Tom was laughing into his phone camera. "All right, lads," he whispered, grinning. 50 quid and counting. No ghosts yet." He panned the camera across the dusty furniture, the fireplace, the peeling wallpaper, then stopped. In the reflection of a cracked mirror above the mantel, a figure stood behind him, pale, still, watching. Tom froze, turning slowly, but no one was there. When he looked back at his phone, the figure was gone from the reflection, too. He swallowed hard. Okay, maybe that's enough for tonight. He pocketed the phone and moved toward the front door. It was gone. Where it should have been was now a solid wall of faded wallpaper. Tom blinked, running his hands along the surface. "What the—" The house creaked around him. "Stay." The whisper was right beside his ear. Upstairs, Sarah was staring at the doll. She could have sworn it had been lying down before. Now it sat up again, closer than before. Its painted lips curved into the faintest smile. Then it whispered, in a voice like dry leaves, "They never left." Sarah screamed and bolted down the hallway. The lights flickered wildly. The wallpaper rippled like breathing skin. At the bottom of the stairs, she saw Daisy and Mark running from the kitchen. "Where's Tom?" Mark shouted. Gone. Sarah yelled. Something's wrong with this place. The front door slammed shut behind them with a deafening thud. All the windows sealed at once, shutters slamming, glass cracking. The entire house shuddered, as though waking up. They gathered in the hallway, panting, shaking. What the hell is happening? Daisy cried. Sarah grabbed her hand. We need to find another way out. They turned toward the back door and froze. Tom stood there. But something was wrong with him. His eyes were completely white, glowing faintly in the dark. His jaw hung open slightly, twitching. Tom, Sarah whispered. He tilted his head. You shouldn't have come. Then he smiled, a wide, unnatural grin that cracked his cheeks. Mark stepped forward. Mate, it's us. Snap out of it. Tom's grin widened further, tearing his skin until it bled. Then the lights went out. When they flickered back on, Tom was gone. But now, there were others standing in the hallway. A man, a woman, and 2 children, all pale and still, dressed in rotted old clothes. Their eyes glowed like Tom's. Sarah stumbled backward. The hollow ways, Daisy whispered, they never left. The mother took a step forward, her voice soft and echoing. We were trapped here, and now you are too. Mark tried to run, but the floor split open beneath him, a gaping hole of darkness swallowing his scream. Sarah and Daisy fled upstairs, doors slamming behind them. They burst into the first bedroom, the one with the doll. It was waiting. Now the doll was standing, its porcelain face cracked, revealing something moving beneath, pale flesh and eye rolling, teeth scraping against glass. Sarah backed into the corner. Please, please, let's go. The doll's head jerked. Then the whisper came again, echoing from every wall, every corner of the house. Stay, stay, stay. Daisy screamed, and the lights went out again. When they came back, only Sarah remained. Morning came quietly. Number 47 stood silent, its windows blank, its gates swinging lazily in the wind. Police were called after the teens never returned. They found only 3 phones on the dusty floor, their last recordings filled with static and faint whispers. The footage ended with Sarah's voice saying, "It's not a house. It's hungry." No bodies were ever found. The council sealed the property again, though locals swear they still hear knocking from inside at night and see faint faces in the windows. Every Halloween, the gate creaks open on its own, and sometimes a small porcelain doll appears on the front step, smiling.